G'day everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mr. B and Friends Truth Seekers. Have you ever looked up at the night sky with a sense of awe at the sheer vastness of it all? It's enough to make you feel pretty small, right? The universe is so immense it can be overwhelming. Well, that's because we are. On a cosmic scale, our time on this planet is just a blip, a mere moment in the grand timeline of the universe. Imagine the universe as this old grandfather clock that's been ticking away for billions of years. Each tick represents eons, each talk an era. Our entire existence, from the first humans to right now, is like a tiny speck of dust on that clock face. Just a fleeting moment in the grand scheme of things. It's hard to wrap our heads around that kind of time, those massive distances. The universe is so vast, it's almost beyond comprehension. We're used to thinking in terms of years, decades, maybe even a century if we're lucky. Our lives are but a blink in the eye of the cosmos. But the universe, it laughs at those numbers, mate. It was here long before us, and it'll be here long after we're gone. The stars will continue their dance, indifferent to our presence. Galaxies will spiral and stars will explode, all without us there to see it. The cosmic events will unfold regardless of our existence. It makes you think, doesn't it? What's it all for? What's the point of our brief existence in the grand scheme of things? Why are we here in this vast universe? That's a question that's plagued philosophers and scientists for centuries. They've pondered the meaning of life and our place in the cosmos. It's a question that we all grapple with at some point in our lives. We all seek to understand our purpose and the significance of our existence. And it's a question that we're going to try to explore together today. Let's embark on this journey of discovery and reflection and see where it takes us. Let's talk about time for a second. We humans have this funny way of thinking about time as this linear thing, right? Past, present, future, all ticking along in a straight line. But what if that's not the whole story? What if time is more like a vast ocean, constantly ebbing and flowing? We're like little waves crashing on the shore of eternity. We rise, we crest, and then we break apart, dissolving back into the vastness. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? To think that all our hopes and dreams, all our triumphs and failures are just a ripple in the grand tapestry of time. But here's the thing, even the smallest ripple can have an impact. Even though our time here is short, it doesn't mean it's insignificant. We have the power to love, to create, to experience things that are unique to us. And those experiences, those moments, they leave a mark. They leave a mark on the people around us, on the world we touch, and maybe even on the universe itself. We may be small, but we are part of something much bigger than ourselves. We are part of this incredible, ever-unfolding story of existence. Now, the big question that's probably on your mind, and it's certainly on mine, is what happens after this wave crashes on the shore? Do we simply cease to exist? Is that it? Lights out, game over? Or is there something more? For centuries, humans have grappled with this mystery. We've created elaborate mythologies, religions, and philosophies to try and make sense of it all. Some believe in a heavenly paradise, a reward for a life well lived. Others believe in reincarnation, a cycle of death and rebirth, that continues until we've learned the lessons we need to. And still others believe that death is simply the end, a finality that erases us from existence. The truth is, no one knows for sure. We don't have all the answers, but that doesn't mean we should stop asking the questions. In fact, it's these unanswerable questions that drive us to explore, to discover, to push the boundaries of what we think we know. Today, we're going to delve into some of those big questions. We're going to explore the possibility that death isn't the end, but rather a transition, an ascension to another realm of existence. We're going to look at the evidence, both scientific and anecdotal, that suggests there might be more to our existence than meets the eye. We'll be talking about things like near-death experiences, psychic phenomena, and the ancient wisdom traditions that have been passed down through generations. We'll be hearing from experts in various fields who have dedicated their lives to studying the mysteries of life and death. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. My goal is to present you with information, to open your mind to new possibilities, and to encourage you to question everything. The journey of understanding our place in the universe is a personal one, and it's one that we all must take for ourselves. So buckle up, mates, because we're about to embark on a fascinating exploration of the great unknown. Now let's talk about those weird moments in life that make you go, hang on a minute, haven't I been here before? Those instances that make you question the very fabric of your reality. You know what I'm talking about, right? That sudden, inexplicable feeling of familiarity. Deja vu, it's that eerie feeling that you're reliving a moment even though you know you can't be. It's like a scene from a dream playing out in real life. Some people brush it off as a trick of the mind, a misfiring synapse or two, a simple neurological hiccup. And hey, maybe that's all it is, just a fleeting glitch in our brain's complex wiring. But there's a part of me, and I reckon a part of you too, that wonders if it's something more, something deeper, more mysterious. What if deja vu is a glitch in the matrix, in the curtain of our perceived reality? A momentary glimpse into the underlying code of existence. What if it's a sign that our consciousness is not as linear as we think it is, that time and experience are more fluid to comprehend, that somehow, somewhere, we've already lived this moment, walked this path before, that our lives are of the past and future? It's a mind-boggling thought, but it's one that's persisted through cultures and across time. Philosophers, scientists, and mystics have all pondered this phenomenon. So the next time you get that feeling of deja vu, don't just shrug it off. Moment of wonder. Take a moment to really soak it in. Reflect on what it might mean. Pay attention to the details, to the emotions, to the energy of the moment. Notice the subtle nuances that make it feel so familiar. You might just be tapping into something profound, something that hints at the true nature of our existence, a connection to a greater cosmic tapestry. And then there are those gut feelings, those deep-seated intuitions that tell us when something's right or wrong, even when we can't explain why. We've all had them, right? That little voice inside that whispers, "Don't trust that bloke," or "Something's not right here." Sometimes we listen to that voice, and sometimes we ignore it. But more often than not, it turns out to be right. It's like our gut is connected to something bigger than ourselves, something that knows more than our conscious mind can comprehend. Some people call it intuition, others call it a sixth sense. Whatever you call it, there's no denying that it's a powerful force. It's that feeling you get when you meet someone for the first time and just know, deep down, that they're going to be important in your life. Or that sense of dread that washes over you just before something bad happens. It's like our bodies are picking up on subtle cues, on unseen energies that our conscious minds haven't quite caught up with. Now let's talk about something that's been a cornerstone of human civilization since, well, pretty much forever: religion. From the ancient rituals of our ancestors to the organized faiths of today, humans have always sought meaning and solace in something bigger than themselves. But why is that? Why this innate need to believe in something beyond the tangible, beyond the here and now? Is it just a way to make sense of a world that can often feel chaotic and unpredictable? Or is there something more to it? Something that speaks to a deeper truth about our existence? Religion, at its core, is about faith. It's about taking that leap and believing in something you can't see, can't touch, but can feel deep within your soul. It's about finding comfort in the face of uncertainty, hope in the face of despair, and connection in a world that can often feel isolating. Whether it's the promise of an afterlife, the guidance of a higher power, or the sense of community that comes with shared beliefs, religion offers something that many find essential navigating the human experience. Section 4: Tapestry of Faiths, the many faces of religion. And let's not forget the sheer diversity of religious beliefs out there. We live on a planet with thousands of different faiths, each with its own unique set of doctrines, rituals, and interpretations of the divine. From the monotheistic traditions of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, to the polytheistic beliefs of Hinduism and ancient Greek mythology, the human search for the sacred has taken countless forms. There are religions that emphasize personal enlightenment, like Buddhism and Taoism, and those that focus on social justice and community service, like Sikhism and Baha'i faith. And then there are those who find spiritual connection through nature, honoring the earth and its elements as sacred. This incredible tapestry of beliefs is a testament to the human capacity for wonder, for seeking meaning and purpose in the face of the unknown. It's a reminder that there are many paths up the mountain, and what resonates with one person may not resonate with another. And that's okay. The important thing is that we approach these beliefs with an open mind and a respectful heart, recognizing the role they play in shaping cultures and providing solace to billions around the world. Section 1: Windows to the Future. When premonitions offer a glimpse. Now, some of the most intriguing stories that make us question the nature of time and reality are those about premonitions. These are those strange, often unsettling experiences where people have a feeling, a vision, or even a full-blown dream about something that hasn't happened yet. But then it does. It's like catching a glimpse of the future through a crack in the door, a flash of insight that defies logical explanation. Some premonitions are vivid and detailed, while others are more like a vague sense of unease, a knowing that something's about to happen. There are countless accounts of people having premonitions about everything from personal tragedies to major historical events. Some of these accounts have been dismissed as coincidence or wishful thinking, but others are so specific, so eerily accurate, that they make you wonder if there's more to it than meets the eye. Could it be that our minds are capable of tapping into a realm beyond the present? A place where past, present, and future are not so clearly defined? It's a tantalizing thought, and one that we'll explore further as we delve into the world of premonitions. Section 2: From Dreams to Reality, Unsettling Tales of Foresight. One of the most common forms of premonition comes in the form of dreams. We've all had those dreams that feel incredibly real, so vivid they stay with us long after we wake up. But what if some of these dreams aren't just figments of our imagination? What if they're messages from our subconscious, warnings from the universe, or even glimpses into alternative timelines. There are countless stories of people having dreams that later came true, sometimes with uncanny accuracy. A woman dreams of a plane crash, only to wake up and find out that a loved one was on a flight that went down. A man dreams of winning the lottery, and a few days later, his numbers come up. These stories are often met with skepticism, and rightly so. After all, dreams can be influenced by our thoughts, fears, and desires. But there are some cases where the details are so specific, the timing so impeccable, that it's hard to dismiss them as mere coincidence. These are the cases that make us wonder if there's a deeper connection between our dreaming minds and the fabric of reality itself. Section 3. Beyond the Five Senses. Venturing into the unexplained. Now, premonitions and déjà vu are just a couple of examples of what we call psychic phenomena. These are experiences that seem to defy the laws of nature as we understand them, suggesting that there might be more to our minds and the universe than meets the eye. For centuries, psychic phenomena were related to the realm of superstition and the occult. But in recent decades, there's been a growing interest in studying these specifically. Researchers are using rigorous methods to investigate claims of telepathy, clairvoyance, precognition, and that suggest a connection beyond the five senses. While the scientific community is still divided on the validity of psychic phenomena, there have been some intriguing studies that suggest there might be something real going on. Controlled experiments have shown that some individuals seem to be able to perceive information that they shouldn't have access to sensory channels. And while these findings don't necessarily prove the existence of psychic powers, they do raise questions than answers, pushing us to expand our understanding of what's possible. Section 4. The Psychic Spectrum, a range of extraordinary abilities. Now, when we talk about psychic abilities, it's not just about predicting the future or reading minds, though those are certainly some of the more attention-grabbing ones. The psychic spectrum is believed to encompass a wide range of extraordinary abilities, each with its own unique characteristics and methods of expression. Telepathy, for instance, is communication between minds without the use of the five senses. It's like having a conversation with someone using only your thoughts, sending and receiving messages across distances both short and vast. Then there's clairvoyance, which is the ability to perceive information about people, objects, or events that are hidden from normal perception. It's like having a sixth sense that allows you to see through walls, locate missing objects, or events happening far away. And then we have psychokinesis, also known as telekinesis, which is the ability to influence physical matter with the power of the mind. This could involve moving objects without touching them, bending spoons with thought alone, or even influencing the outcome of random events. Section 1. Messengers from Beyond, the Role of Mediums. Now let's venture into a realm that's both fascinating and controversial. The world of mediums. Mediums are individuals who claim to have the ability to communicate with spirits, those who have passed on from the physical world. They act as a sort of bridge between the living and the dead, conveying messages, offering comfort, and sometimes even shedding light on unsolved mysteries. For centuries, mediums have played a significant role in various cultures, providing solace to those grieving the loss of loved ones or seeking guidance from the beyond. They often conduct seances, creating an atmosphere conducive to spirit communication. Whether it's through channeling voices, automatic writing, or other methods. The idea of speaking to the dead can be both comforting and unsettling. On the one hand, it offers the tantalizing possibility of reconnecting with those we've lost. of hearing their voices and receiving their guidance once more. On the other hand, it taps into our deepest fears about the unknown, about what lies beyond the veil of death. Section 2. Conversations with the departed. Seeking solace and closure. Mediumship often revolves around the desire for connection and closure. People turn to mediums for a variety of reasons, often hoping to find solace in the belief that their loved ones are still present in some form. They may seek reassurance that their loved ones are at peace, or they may have unanswered questions, unresolved issues that they hope to address. For some, it's about receiving guidance from the other side, tapping into the wisdom and perspective of those who have gone before. A medium might relay messages from a deceased relative, offering words of comfort, advice, or even warnings. They might describe the spirit's appearance, personality, or even specific memories shared with the living person, aiming to provide evidence that they are indeed communicating with the departed. Skeptics often argue that mediumship is nothing more than cold reading, where the medium picks up on subtle cues from the living person and uses those cues to fabricate a convincing narrative. Others suggest that it's a form of subconscious suggestion, where the living person projects their own desires and expectations onto the medium's words. Section 3. Seeing Beyond the Veil, the World of Clairvoyance. Now, while mediums focus on communication with spirits, clairvoyants claim to possess a different kind of ability, the ability to see things beyond the realm of normal perception. Clairvoyance, meaning clear seeing in French, is often described as a form of extrasensory perception that allows individuals to perceive information hidden from the five senses. Clairvoyants might claim to see auras, the energy field surrounding living beings, or they might have visions of distant events, past, present, or future. Some clairvoyants work with law enforcement, using their abilities to help locate missing persons or provide insights into criminal cases. Others offer their services to individuals seeking guidance, clarity, or a glimpse into their own potential. Skepticism towards clairvoyance is widespread, with many questioning the validity of such claims and attributing them to coincidence, imagination, or even deliberate deception. However, there are those who believe that clairvoyants tap into a deeper level of awareness, accessing information that's not readily available through ordinary means. Section 4. Visions of Past, Present, and Future. Tapping into the flow of time. One of the most intriguing aspects of clairvoyance is the notion that it can transcend the boundaries of time. Some clairvoyants claim to have visions of the past, peering into historical events, or witnessing scenes from a person's life that they couldn't have known otherwise. Others focus on the present, describing events happening in real time at distant locations, as if they have a direct line of sight to those events. And then there are those who claim to see into the future, catching glimpses of potential outcomes, significant events, or even personal destinies. These visions of the future are often described as fluid and changeable, subject to the choices and actions of those involved. It's not about predicting a fixed destiny, but rather about offering insights into potential paths and the consequences of different decisions. Of course, the idea of seeing the future raises all sorts of philosophical and paradoxical questions. If we can see the future, is it already predetermined? Or do we have the free will to change course based on what we see? It's a mind-bending concept that has captivated philosophers, scientists, and mystics for centuries. Section 5. Bridging the Gap: Science and Spirituality in the Search for Answers. So, where does all of this leave us? We've explored the vastness of the cosmos, the fleeting nature of our existence, and the tantalizing possibility that death is not the end, but a transition to another realm. We've delved into the mysteries of déjà vu, gut feelings, and the human need to believe in something beyond the tangible. We've examined the controversial world of psychic phenomena, from premonitions and telepathy to the roles of mediums and clairvoyance. We've encountered compelling stories, anecdotal evidence, and age-old traditions that suggest there might be more to our reality than meets the eye. But we've also acknowledged the skepticism, the scientific scrutiny, and the very real possibility that some of these phenomena can be explained through more conventional means. So how do we reconcile these seemingly disparate perspectives? How do we bridge the gap between science and spirituality in our search for answers? Section 6. The Power of Belief, Shaping Our Reality and Our Experiences. One thing is certain, our beliefs have a powerful influence on our experiences. What we believe to be true about ourselves, about the world, and about the nature of reality itself shapes our perceptions, our interpretations, and ultimately, our lives. If we believe that death is the end, that our consciousness simply ceases to exist, then that belief will likely color our perspective on life, perhaps leading us to focus on the material world and the pursuit of immediate gratification. On the other hand, if we believe that our consciousness continues after death, that there's a spiritual dimension to our existence, then that belief can open up a whole new realm of possibilities. It might lead us to seek deeper meaning and purpose, to cultivate our inner lives, and to connect with something greater than ourselves. The point is, whether or not we can definitively prove the existence of an afterlife, the very act of believing in it can have a profound impact on how we live our lives in the here and now. Section 7. The Limits of Logic, Embracing the Unknown and the Unexplained. Now, it's important to acknowledge that not everything can be neatly explained by logic and reason. The human mind, all its incredible capabilities, is still a limited instrument. We are constantly pushing the boundaries of what we think we know, only to discover that there's always more to learn, more to explore, more than our current understanding. To embrace the possibility of an afterlife, of psychic phenomena, of a reality that extends beyond our five senses, requires a certain degree of open-mindedness, a willingness to entertain ideas that might seem far-fetched or even impossible at first glance. It requires us to acknowledge that there are mysteries in this universe that we may never fully comprehend, forces at play that we may never fully grasp, and that's okay. In fact, it's this very sense of wonder, of awe, in the face of the unknown that drives us to explore, to question, and to evolve as a species. Section 8. The Search for Evidence, Weighing the Anecdotal and the Scientific. Now, this doesn't mean we should blindly accept everything we hear or read of the paranormal. Skepticism is healthy, and critical thinking is essential, especially when dealing with extraordinary claims. It's important to approach these topics with a discerning eye, to question the source of information, to consider all explanations, and to be wary of those who claim to have all the answers. While anecdotal evidence can be compelling, reliable, personal experiences can be subjective, memories can be faulty, and there's always the potential for bias, both conscious and unconscious. That's why it's important to look for patterns, for consistent observations, and for evidence that can be independently verified. The field of parapsychology is ongoing, and while it hasn't produced conclusive proof of psychic phenomena or an afterlife, it has yielded some intriguing results that warrant further investigation. Section 9. The importance of personal experience. Honoring your own truth. Ultimately, the question of whether or not we ascend after death is a deeply personal one. While we can look to science, to spirituality, to the wisdom traditions of various cultures for guidance, the answers we find will likely be unique as our individual experiences and beliefs. What resonates with one person may not resonate with another, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong answer, no one-size-fits-all explanation when it comes to the mysteries of life and death. The important thing is to keep an open mind, to stay curious, and to honor your own truth, whatever that may be. If you've had experiences that suggest the existence of an afterlife, don't let anyone tell you they're not real or that you're imagining things. Trust your intuition, explore the possibilities, a journey of discovery leads you. Section 10. The journey continues, living with wonder and curiosity. So, as we conclude our exploration of this fascinating and multifaceted topic, let's remember that the journey doesn't end here. The quest to understand our place in the universe, the nature of consciousness, and the mysteries of life after death is an ongoing one. It's a journey that has captivated humanity for millennia and will likely continue to do so for generations to come. Let's approach of wonder, with open hearts and open minds, and with the understanding that some questions may never have definitive answers. Perhaps that's okay. Perhaps it's the mystery itself that keeps us searching, that drives us to explore the furthest reaches of it all, and that ultimately leads us to a deeper appreciation for the preciousness of this life, here and now. Now, we've talked a lot about personal experiences, ancient beliefs, and the intriguing world of psychic phenomena. But what about the big guns, the heavy hitters in the ring of life and death? That's right, we're talking about science and spirituality. Two seemingly realms that often clash when it comes to the question of what happens after we die. Science, with its emphasis on empirical evidential phenomena and the laws of physics, tends to approach the afterlife with a healthy dose of skepticism. After all, how do you measure a soul? How do you conduct a controlled experiment on a goat? Spirituality, on the other hand, often relies on faith, intuition, and personal experiences that transcend the realm of the measurable. It embraces the mystery, the unknown, the possibility that there are forces at play beyond our current scientific understanding. So how do we reconcile these two perspectives? Can science and spirituality coexist in our search for answers, or are they destined to remain forever at odds? From a purely biological perspective, death is pretty straightforward. Our hearts stop beating, our brains cease to function, and our bodies begin to decompose, returning to the earth from which they came. There's no denying the physical reality of death. We see it all around us in the cycle of life and decay that governs all living things. But what about consciousness? What about that intangible essence of who we are, our thoughts, memories, emotions, that sense of self that seems to vanish when the lights go out? Science has yet to provide a definitive answer to the question of what happens to consciousness after death. Some neuroscientists believe that consciousness is simply a product of brain activity, and when the brain dies, so does consciousness. Others speculate that consciousness might be more like a fundamental property of the universe, like gravity or electromagnetism, and that it might not be bound by the physical limitations of the brain. It's a question that has puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries, and it's one that continues to spark debate and fuel further research. One of the fundamental laws of physics is the principle of conservation of energy, which states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed from one form to another. This principle has profound implications for our understanding of life and death. If energy cannot be destroyed, then what happens to the energy that animates our bodies, that fuels our thoughts and emotions when we die? Does it simply dissipate into the environment, or does it persist in some other form? Some physicists speculate that this energy might be released at the moment of death, perhaps as a burst of photons or some other form of electromagnetic radiation. Others suggest that it might be absorbed back into the vast energy field universe, like a drop of water returning to the ocean. While these are intriguing possibilities, there's currently no scientific evidence to support them. The fate of our energy after death remains a mystery, a tantalizing puzzle that continues to intrigue scientists and spiritual seekers alike. Section 4. Quantum Whispers, exploring the enigma of quantum consciousness. Now let's dive into a realm where the familiar laws of physics break down, the strange and counterintuitive world of quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics deals with the behavior of energy at the atomic and subatomic levels, and it's here that some of the most mind-boggling discoveries have been made. The most intriguing aspects of quantum mechanics is the concept of quantum entanglement, where two particles can become linked, even when separated by vast distances, so that the state of one particle instantaneously influences the state of the other. This seemingly impossible led some physicists to speculate that consciousness itself might operate on a quantum level, perhaps existing as a field of interconnected possibility that transcends the limitations of space and time. Quantum consciousness is still a highly speculative area of research. There's no scientific consensus on its validity or its implications for the afterlife. However, it offers a tantalizing glimpse into a realm where the impossible might just be possible, and where the mysteries of consciousness might be unraveled. Section 5. Across cultures and time, diverse perspectives on the soul's journey. Now let's step away from the realm of science for a moment and explore the rich tapestry of beliefs about the afterlife that have emerged across cultures and throughout human history. These beliefs, though varied, offer a fascinating glimpse into how different societies understand the concept of life after death. From the ancient Egyptians' elaborate rituals for guiding souls to the afterlife, to the Book of the Dead's detailed descriptions of the bardo, the intermediate state between death and rebirth. Cultures around the world grappled with the mysteries of life and death, developing intricate belief systems and rituals to make sense of the unknown. These can involve complex ceremonies and sacred texts that provide guidance for the soul's journey. These beliefs often reflect views and priorities of the cultures from which they emerge. For instance, societies that place a high value on moral conduct may envision the afterlife as a place where ethical behavior is rewarded. In some cultures, the afterlife is seen as a place of reward or punishment, where deeds committed in life determine one's fate in the hereafter. This concept serves as a moral compass, guiding individuals to live virtuous lives. In others, it's viewed as a cycle of death and rebirth, a journey of spiritual evolution towards enlightenment or liberation. This cyclical view emphasizes the importance of spiritual growth and learning through multiple lifetimes. The diversity of these beliefs is a testament to the human capacity for wonder, for seeking meaning and purpose in the face of the unknown. It highlights our innate curiosity and our quest to understand what lies beyond the physical world. While these beliefs may differ in their details, they share a common thread, the enduring human desire to believe that something of us persists after death, that our consciousness, our spirit, our soul continues its journey beyond the physical realm. This universal longing for continuity and connection underscores the profound impact that the concept of the afterlife has on human thought and culture. 6. Reincarnation's Wheel, the enduring allure of rebirth. One of the most enduring and widespread beliefs about the afterlife is that of reincarnation. The idea that when we die, our soul is reborn into a new body, beginning a new cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Reincarnation is a central tenet of several major religions, including Hinduism, Buddhism, and Sikhism, and it's also embraced by many spiritual seekers outside of organized religion. The concept of reincarnation offers a compelling explanation for several aspects of the human experience, such as the seemingly innate talents and abilities some children display, the phenomenon of past life memories, and the enduring sense of karma. The idea that our actions have consequences that extend beyond this lifetime. While there's no scientific evidence to prove or disprove reincarnation, it remains a powerful and comforting belief for many, offering the hope of continued growth, the opportunity to right past wrongs, and the promise that death is not the end, but rather a transition to a new beginning. Section 7. Ancestral Echoes, honoring the wisdom of those who came before. In many cultures, the belief in an afterlife is intertwined with a deep reverence for ancestors, those who have passed on from the physical world but are believed to remain present in spirit. Ancestors are often seen as guides, protectors, and sources of wisdom, their spirits revered and honored through rituals, offerings, and storytelling. From the Day of the Dead celebrations in Mexico, where families gather to remember and honor their departed loved ones, to the ancestor veneration practices in many African and Asian cultures, the belief in the continued presence of ancestors provides a sense of continuity, connection, and guidance. It acknowledges the interconnectedness of life and death, reminding us that we are part of a lineage that extends far beyond our individual lifespans. Honoring our ancestors is a way of acknowledging their influence on our lives, of seeking their wisdom and guidance, and of maintaining a spiritual connection to those who came before us. Section 8. Near-death experiences, glimpses of a realm beyond. Now let's delve into a phenomenon that has captured the imagination of researchers and the public alike. Near-death experiences, or NDEs. NDEs are profound, often life-altering experiences reported by individuals who have come close to death, often during cardiac arrest or other life-threatening medical emergencies. While the specific details of NDEs vary widely, there are some common elements reported across cultures and backgrounds, including a sense of peace and tranquility, a feeling of leaving one's body and observing events from outside, encounters with deceased loved ones, and a life review, where one's actions and choices flash before their eyes. NDEs have been attributed to a variety of factors, including oxygen deprivation to the brain, the release of endorphins, and psychological responses to trauma. However, some researchers believe that NDEs might offer a glimpse into the dying process, a window into what happens to consciousness as it separates from the physical body. While the debate continues, NDEs remain a source of fascination and speculation, offering tantalizing clues about the nature of consciousness and the possibility of a realm beyond this one. Section 9. Shared experiences, diverse interpretations, making sense of the unexplained. As we've explored the various perspectives on the afterlife, from scientific theories to spiritual beliefs to personal experiences, it becomes clear that there's no single, universally accepted answer to the question of what happens after we die. What we're left with is a tapestry of possibilities, a spectrum of interpretations, and a profound sense of mystery. We have countless stories, anecdotal accounts, and ancient traditions that suggest the existence of an afterlife, of a realm beyond our current understanding. But we also have the limits of science, the skepticism of the rational mind, and the very real possibility that some of these phenomena can be explained through more conventional means. So, how do we reconcile these seemingly disparate perspectives? Perhaps the answer lies in embracing the mystery, in acknowledging that there are aspects of reality that we may never fully comprehend. Section 10. The Unfolding Mystery. Embracing the unknown with courage and curiosity. The question of whether we truly die or ascend to another realm is ultimately a journey of personal exploration. It's about the evidence, weighing the possibilities, and coming to our own conclusions based on what resonates with us on the deepest levels of our being. Whether we find solace in scientific explanations, spiritual beliefs, or a combination of both, the most important thing is to approach this mystery with courage, curiosity, and an open mind. The journey itself, the act of seeking, questioning, and exploring, can be just as transformative as the answers we might find along the way. So let us continue to ponder the mysteries of life and death, to delve into the unknown, and to embrace the wonder and awe that come with being part of this incredible, ever-unfolding universe. Section 1. Echoes of Eternity. The Lingering Questions of Existence. Well, mates, we've reached the end of it, at least for today. We've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? From the mind-boggling vastness of the cosmos to the deeply personal experiences that make us question the nature of reality itself. We've explored the possibility that death might not be the end, that our consciousness might continue in some form, perhaps ascending to another realm, perhaps returning in a new life. We've delved into the mysteries of déjà vu, premonitions, and those gut feelings that whisper of a connection to something greater than ourselves. We've encountered the controversial world of psychic phenomena, the claims of mediums and clairvoyance, and the age-old traditions that speak of a spirit world beyond our ordinary perception. But even after all exploration, after all these stories and theories, we're left with more questions than answers. And you know what? That's okay. In fact, it's more than okay, it's essential. Section 2. The unknowable and breaking peace in the mystery. Because the truth is, some of life's biggest questions, the ones that really matter, might not have definitive answers. Not in this lifetime anyway. And that's where faith comes in. Not necessarily religious faith, though it can be that too, but faith in something bigger than ourselves, something beyond our limited human understanding. Faith that there's a reason, a purpose, a grand design to it all, even if we can't quite grasp it. It's about finding peace in the mystery, in the unknowable, in the space between what we can prove and what we feel deep in our bones to be. It's about accepting that we don't have all the answers, and that's okay. Because sometimes the not knowing, the wondering, the search is what makes the journey so damn interesting. Section 3. A legacy of wonder inspiring future generations to explore. And as we navigate this journey, as we grapple with these big questions, it's important to share our experiences, our insights, and yes, even our doubts with others. Because by talking about these things, by keeping the conversation, we keep the flame of curiosity burning bright. We inspire future generations to look beyond the ordinary, to question the accepted truths, and to explore the uncharted territories of the mind, the spirit, and the universe itself. We leave behind a legacy of wonder, a trail of breadcrumbs for others to follow, to pick up where we left off, and to continue the search for meaning and understanding. Who knows what incredible discoveries await us just beyond the horizon of our current knowledge? What breakthroughs in science? What in consciousness? What new ways of seeing the world are just waiting to be unearthed? Section 4. Living with intention, embracing the preciousness of now. But in the meantime, while we're here, in these physical bodies on this incredible planet, let's not forget to live, really live. Let's embrace the preciousness of each moment, in the mundane, the extraordinary in the everyday. Let's love deeply, laugh often, and never stop seeking adventure, whether it's exploring a new corner of the world or a new corner of our own minds. Let's treat each other with kindness, compassion, and respect, because every interaction, every connection has the potential to leave a lasting impact. Let's make our mark on this world, however small, however fleeting, knowing that our actions, our words, our very presence ripples outwards, touching the lives of others in ways we may never fully comprehend. Section 5. Until we meet again, a final farewell and a call to connection. So, as I sign off for today, I'll leave you with this thought. Whether we truly die or ascend, whether we're reunited with loved ones in a heavenly realm or reborn into a new adventure, one thing remains constant: the power of connection. The bonds we forge in this lifetime, the love we share, the memories we create, those have the power to transcend time and space. They stay with us, shaping who we are, who we're becoming, and who we'll be in this life and perhaps the next. So keep those you love close. Tell them how much they mean to you, and never stop exploring, questioning, and reaching for something more. Until we meet again, mates, live well, love fiercely, and keep looking up at the stars. Don't forget to tickle the like and subscribe button. Till next time.